And in the midst of all of that, here's yet another suicide case. A 40-year-old farmer having committed suicide at his farm in Nanded district due to the loss of his wheat crop in the recent hailstorms. Ramesh Shetye, a deceased, owed 35,000 rupees to a nationalized bank who ended his life by consuming poison. His entire crop produce was destroyed during the hailstorm. This, of course, having taken place in the other state of Maharashtra here, which had seen an unexpected, untimely hailstorm, which had only further aggravated the crisis as far as the farmers here is concerned. Remember, having seen at least 2 seasons of droughts and then an unexpected hailstorm. This is in yet another case of extreme action that has been taken by a farmer, 40-year-old in this case here, having committed suicide, having suffered losses here in the recent hailstorm that had taken place in Maharashtra. Our correspondent Santya getting us further details here. Santya, without doubt, there is a further aggravated situation of a crisis for the farmers on ground. There were promises made by the Maharashtra government in the wake of the hailstorm here as well on how they would be compensated. What's really happening on ground?
See, talking about this situation, it is actually for the farmers, because Mirror Now team went to the ground and spoke to many farmers, and they told us that how exactly the situation is worse for them than the drought and other agrarian crisis as well, because this time their crop was ready, and within a day or two, and by maximum within 1 week, they were all set to take their crop to the market. But the hailstorm happened, and all their crops, and 80%, more than 80% of the crops, and that is something which is admitted by the government officials as well, that more than 80% of the crops got damaged. And that's why they are more disturbed. And talking about the relief as well, when Mirror Now was reporting the story, farmers told us that how exactly the government help is not just required, but the immediate help is required. And through our coverage, that's what we wanted to tell the government, that immediate relief is required, because every other farmer in almost every other village was telling one thing, that they do not see any hope. They do not wish to continue living. These were the voices we were hearing, and that was exactly why we were trying to attract the attention of the government to this particular issue. But now, unfortunately, today we have a farmer who has already committed suicide. Only thing which can help other farmers is the timely relief. Government still has time to wake up, but the point over here is that the relief fund, as far as relief fund is concerned, there are many aspects of relief funds also told by the farmers to Mirror Now, that how exactly first they do not get relief funds on time. There is no timely help. Second, most of the time they do not even get it. Mirror Now has reported that how exactly the other officials tell the farmers that they did not get any funds from the government, but on ground, to the reporters they tell that they have already distributed those funds to the farmers. Apart from that, the relief fund, the proportion, the ratio of relief fund as compared to the damage is very disappointing. It's not even 10% in most of the cases. So according to farmers, the help is hardly of any use to them.
That's
and talking
right.
about that region, for that matter, Vidarbha, Marathwada, Yavatmal, all these places, the farmers are going through an agrarian crisis since last 6 to 7 years. And that is the reason they are under debt. Every other family, almost every farmer in that region is under one kind of debt or other. Farmer loan waiver was some kind of relief for them, but as they realized the technicalities of that, they again got disappointed, and the hailstorm has just damaged whatever was left.
Santya, many thanks for getting us those inputs. The farmers very clearly saying, as is the extreme situation on ground of yet another suicide here. The farmers, having spoken to our correspondent Santya on Mirror Now in exclusive inputs, they already having stated that the compensation that has been announced by the government is just a fraction of the amount of debts that they're suffering from.